Good morning, everyone. Already we discussed in previous class fertilization. At the end of the fertilization, that zygote is developed, endosperm is formed. Yesterday class already we discussed that endosperm is formed in the after fertilization. A endosperm gives assurance to provide nutrients for the development of embryo. Without endosperm, embryo cannot develop. When embryo will develop, after formation of endosperm, embryo can start development that we called as embryogeny. Another one, if you take this is called ovule. It's what type of ovule? It's microphylla region towards to the downwards. This we called as the anatropous ovule. If you take this anatropous ovule, this after fertilization, zygote is towards to the downside, that is microphylla region. This is called chalachal region. Zygote is present at microphylla region and opposite portion we called as chalachal region. Now you see, this is called zygote. I am drawing here. This is called zygote. This zygote is develops into embryo that we call as embryo development or embryogeny. What is the embryogeny? The development of embryo we call as embryogeny. Another, ఈ zygote development, ఈ embryo development is seed is vary in monocot and dicot. Seeds greatly vary, but this embryo development is similar in the earlier case. If you take monocot and dicot seed, structure vary, but earlier embryo development is just similar. What is the how it is embryo development is occurred in the both monocot and dicot? We will discuss one by one. This is called zygote. Zygote. This zygote into it's divided by mitotic division. What division? Mitotic. Zygote is divided by mitotic division. How many cells will form? How many cells? 2 cells. But very important point here, these zygote is divided by mitotic division. What type of division is occurred? Transverse division or vertical division? That is, what division is occurred? First mitotic division is called transverse division. This is very important. During embryogeny, during embryo development, the first mitotic division is transverse division. That towards to the microphylla region in this 2 cells, this cell we called as basal cell. This is called basal cell. Towards to the chalachal side, this cell we called as terminal cell. Terminal cell. There are 2 cells are formed after first mitotic division in the zygote. The cell which is towards to the microphylla, that cell we called as basal cell. The cell towards to the chalachal, that cell we call as a terminal cell. There are 2 cells are formed after first mitotic division. Again, this basal cell is divided by many mitotic division. That is, what divisions? All divisions are dash divisions. That is, all divisions are transverse divisions. Transverse divisions. All divisions are transverse divisions. This we called as suspensor. Suspensor cells. Suspensor in the embryo is developed from the basal cell. Basal cell due to many transverse division to produce suspensor cells. Terminal cell, it's divide both planes, that is transverse and vertical. to produce 4 cells. To produce 4 cells. That is one vertical division, one transverse division to produce 4 cells. This stage we called as pro-embryo. What you call this one? Pro-embryo. How many cells in this pro-embryo? 4 cells. That's why pro-embryonal quadrant. Quadrant means how many? 4. Pro-embryonal quadrant stage this. This pro-embryonal quadrant stage is formed. Okay, na? This is embryonal. 4 cells are pro-embryonal quadrant. It's developed from the terminal cell. Suspensor cells. Suspensor cells are formed from the basal cell. Next, again, this. If 4 cells again divide by many mitotic divisions, that is maybe one mitotic division occurred. One mitotic division is occurred to produce how many cells? 4 cells is gives 8 cells. 8 cells. 8 cells. This is, now condition C. This is called pro-embryonal quadrant. This is called 8 cells present. Now what you call? Pro-embryonal octant. This is called pro-embryonal octant is formed. Common suspensor cells are present. Other one. Now, it's very important point here. In this suspensor you see long suspensor cells are formed. Once these suspensor are formed at micropylar region, it is push the embryo to the chalachal side. Which one pushing? Suspensor is push the embryo to the chalachal side. And another. In these cases, the first one here, this is a suspensor you see. The first cell of the suspensor we called as haustorial cell. What you call? Haustorial cell. Haustoria, you know that is, haustorial means suck the nutrients provided to the embryo. First cell of the suspensor we called as a haustorial cell, and last cell of the suspensor means it's attached to the proembryo towards to the embryonal cell. This we called as what you call hypophysis. Hypophysis. Suspensor. First cell of the suspensor is called haustorial cell. Last, that is towards to the proembryonal side, that we called as hypophysis. Anyway, this suspensor cells is push the embryo towards to the chalachal side. Next, this one, if we consider this, if you see here, 8 cells are present here. Among the 8 cells, next stage, what happened? Totally periclinal divisions are occurred to produce more number of cells. More number of periclinal division. More number of cells. And this is hypophysis also divide. That is like this. And this is called suspensor cells. So each stage we called as, what you call this stage? Globular embryo. Globular embryo. zygote is divided by on mitotic division to produce two cells. Terminal cells is develops into four cells, that is called proembryonal quadrant, proembryonal arctant, and this is called globular embryo. Basal cells is develops into suspension. This stage we called as, what you call this? This is called globular embryo. Globular embryo is formed. It's globular stage of embryo. Monocot and diploid. From zygote to up to globular stage of embryo, it's common from here to valley. Globular stage of embryo, it's developed into, example say, this is called hypophysis. Half of the cells of hypophysis, it's develops into root cap. Half of the cells of hypophysis is develops into root cortex. Root cortex. Half of the cells in hypophysis develops into root cap. Half of the cells in hypophysis develops into root cortex. This globular stage of embryo of cells, it develops into radicle, and the remaining of cells are develops into cotyledons and plumule. Example, like this structure. Like this structure. This is called, what shape is there? This heart shape is there. Heart shape. These are two cotyledons. This we called as plumule. This we called as radicle. Each stage we called as heart stage embryo development. Heart shaped stage. Globular stage, later heart shaped stage. The heart shaped stage, this that is called half of the hypophysis towards to the suspensor develops into root cap, half is towards to the embryo that we called as develops into root cortex. These half cells are develops into radicle, and these half cells are develops into cotyledons and plumule. And these cotyledons grow towards to the one side. What happened? This one, it go downward. For example, this is called plumule. Plumule. This is called radicle. This is called root cap. One cotyledon grow downwards like this. Another cotyledon also grow. This is called matured embryo in the dicots. So what are the stages? Zygote, and according to textbook, zygote, globular stage of embryo, heart-shaped stage of embryo, and matured stage of embryo. These are the stages are seen. In this case, here see, this is called root cap. This we called as radicle. This we called as plumule. These are called two cotyledons. Two cotyledons are present. What you call that? It's monocota, dicota. Sure. A seed is dicot seed. Dicot seed which consists of two cotyledons. Monocot seed which consists of only one cotyledon. I am taking for easy purpose this structure, and these are two cotyledons are present. These are called embryonal axis. Between the two cotyledons, the embryonal axis present. This embryonal axis tip part. This is the tip. These are the tip. In this embryonal axis, where cotyledons are attached to the embryonal axis, that we called as a cotyledonary node. Where these two cotyledons are attached to the embryonal axis, this we called as a cotyledonary node. And this is embryonal axis. Above these cotyledons, this we called as epicotyle. What you call? Epicotyle. Below these cotyledons we called as hypocotyle. Hypocotyle. Above the two cotyledons we called as epicotyle. Below the two cotyledons we called as hypocotyle. And The tip of the epicotyle, tip this part, the tip of the epicotyle that we called as, that is stem tip, stem apex, or stem tip, or that we called as plumule. The tip of the end of the hypocotyle, this we called as radical root tip. Once again see, embryonal axis, above the cotyledon we call as epicotyle, below the cotyledon represents hypocotyle, the tip of the epicotyle is a stem apex or plumule, the tip of the hypocotyle radical. This cylindrical portion, this is the hypocotyle radical, is covered by root gap. And two cotyledons are present. These cotyledons in the dicots fleshy. It's provide nutrients. It's consists of stored food material. It's provide nutrients for the seed germination. This is two cotyledons are present in the dicot. But in monocot, no two cotyledons, only single cotyledon are present. And up to globular embryo, monocots are common. From globular embryo to development is different. Already we discussed that embryo development up to, that is from zygote to globular embryo stage. It's a common both in monocots and dicots. From globular stage onwards, vary development in both monocot and dicot. But here you see, in the monocot, this is middle one is called embryonal axis, and this is called single cotyledon, and this we called as a reduced cotyledon. How many cotyledons present? Single cotyledon present in the monocot. But here, this is embryonal axis. One of the cotyledon, that is a large sized shield shaped cotyledon, it's present in lateral side, one side. Another cotyledon is the vestigial, reduced cotyledon. The large sized single cotyledon we called as scutellum. What is that name? Scutellum. The single large shield shaped cotyledon in the monocot we called as scutellum. Another cotyledon, that is a reduced cotyledon, that we called as epiblast. What we call? Epiblast is a reduced cotyledon. Scutellum is the main cotyledon, lateral side, it's the biggest cotyledon in that monocots. Next, how many cotyledons are present in monocot means what? How many we will say that is only single cotyledon, not two cotyledons. But here, this is called central embryonal axis. This embryonal axis, it's what we called as a cotyledonary node. At a cotyledonary node, from that cotyledon to above, that we called as same epicotyle. Below, we called as hypocotyle. The tip of the epicotyle we called as plumule. The tip of the hypocotyle we called as radical. But here is very important. These epicotyle tip we called as plumule or shoot apex, which is covered by foliar sheath. This plumule means plumule shoot apex with a new leafy formation started, that we call as leafy primordium. What is the primordium? Leaf is developing from that area we call as leafy primordium. Flower is developed from that area we call as flower primordium or floral primordium. The leafy primordium or plumule, it's covered by foliar sheath we called as coleoptile. This is called radical. Hypocotyle part, radical. This radical and root tip, that we root tip or radical, and the root cap is covered by undifferentiated sheath. Undifferentiated sheath is covered to the root cap and radicle. This we called as coleorhiza. Coleorhiza. Coleorhiza is covered to the radicle and root cap. Coleoptile is covered to the plumule and leafy primordium. It's seen in the monocot. Actually diagram that one, but for easy understand purpose we are discussing like this. Now come to here. This is called monocot embryo. In this monocot embryo, a part we called as this part that we called as plumule. This is called radicle. This is a radical part. This is called plumule part. Radical is covered by what we discussed that radical is covered by undifferentiated sheath we called as coleorhiza, and this is a plumule and it's called leafy primordia. It's covered by sheath we called as plumule. It's covered by coleoptile. Radical is covered by that is coleorhiza. And this is cotyledonary node. One cotyledon is large and shield shaped. This we called as scutellum. What is that name? Scutellum. This is single cotyledon, well developed cotyledon. Shield shaped cotyledon is present in monocot. But another cotyledon, this is a reduced cotyledon. This reduced cotyledon we called as epiblast. This is epiblast, and this we called as scutellum. It's seen in monocot embryo. And another, for easily understand purpose, it's a small practical work. Take peas, beans, chickpeas. These seeds are sown in the water. That's 24 hours overnight soak in the water. After 24 hours, once open the seed, example peas or beans, once open, between the two bulged cotyledons, middle one small embryonal axis present. We can easily observe this embryonal axis and cotyledons.